Championship of the World, scheduled for 5 rounds of Muay Thai. This bout is sanctioned by the Muay Thai Council, the World Muay Thai Council, and ISKA. Introducing to you first tonight, fighting out of the red corner, wearing pink trunks and fighting out of Amsterdam, Holland. He weighed in at the junior welterweight limit of 140 pounds with a record of 49 wins, 9 losses, and 2 draws, 16 knockouts in his record. A fighter they call the Bull Terrier, introducing Gilbert Ballantine. And his opponent across the ring tonight, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing blue trunks with white trim, fighting out of Bangkok, Thailand, the same weight of 140 pounds even. His outstanding record includes 70 wins, 18 losses, and 2 draws with 12 knockouts to his credit. He's ranked the number 5 World Muay Thai Council Junior welterweight contender, known as the Typhoon Clincher, Raweenoi Petch-U-Domchai.
The much-anticipated bout is next. Ballantine at 49-9-2 against a very seasoned Raweenoi at 70-18-2.
140 pounds. The World Muay Thai Council, ruling body worldwide for authentic Muay Thai, has sanctioned this as their world title in the light welterweight division, co-sanctioned with International Sport Karate Association by permission of the WMTC. You see here Ballantine is ready to fight. Raweenoi in his corner praying with his trainer, and the removal of the monk quan, the traditional headdress blessed by monks before this bout.
The only mistake I see that Ballantine's made so far is in the color of his trunks. Purple trunks are supposed to come out of the blue corner, but I don't think the judges will mind. And round 1 is underway, scheduled for 5 3-minute rounds. This is an ISKA World Muay Thai Light Welterweight Championship fight.
So Raweenoi looks like he's going to follow the traditional pattern of feeling out in the first round and starting a little slowly. Ballantine looks like he's going to have none of that at all, taking the fight to Raweenoi right away.
There is a break with tradition. You come in and try to teach these people how to fight, but that's not going to matter to Ballantine now that the fight has started. Nothing can change his style of fighting. Why waste 2 rounds, maybe he's thinking.
Like a lot of Western and European fighters, Ballantine is looking for a knockout. His goal is to find the weaknesses, exploit them, and if possible, not let his opponent go the distance.
Raweenoi with the flying elbows early in round 1. Those can do so much damage. Raweenoi last fought in July. They say he has trouble getting fights because he's such a big fighter.
Most of the Muay Thai bouts are down around 115 to 125 pounds. Raweenoi at his size is big for a Thai. Ballantine landed a right elbow strike inside, and we see redness on the left cheek of Raweenoi.
Ballantine trying to take this fight to Raweenoi. But Gilbert may be thinking he's bitten off more than he could chew. Raweenoi is up for this battle.
Traditionally, the Thai fighters are a little more decision-oriented than the Western European fighters. They try to build up points, pepper their opponents with techniques throughout the fight. But Ballantini's not going to let that happen, Lon. He's going to make Raweenoi fight it out, toe-to-toe.
I'm Lon McCarron along with Mike Sawyer from Bangkok, Thailand. We're happy to be here. Mike, a big break from tradition for Gilbert Ballantine to come in and fight hard in the first round. What do you think about that tactic?
Well, I don't think Raweenoi was prepared for it. I don't think anybody was. The crowd loves it. Raweenoi is going to have to fight back the same way. Near the end of that round he was, but it's going to be a battle if this keeps up.
Is he going to, if this keeps up, do you think he's going to change a little tradition here? And the Thai fans are going to demand hard fighting for 5 quick rounds?
Well, I think Raweenoi is going to have to fight as hard as Ballantine or he'll get knocked out. Ballantine is not holding back at all.
Round 2, and Raweenoi has to wonder, will it start as round 1 finished? I don't think it'll take long to find out.
I think Ballantine plans 5 rounds of toe-to-toe heavy artillery.
You see how big Raweenoi is, the 23-year-old towering over Gilbert Ballantine.
One thing Raweenoi did well in that round was use his height to his advantage. Inside, he used knee strikes not just to the body, but up to the head. With his size, he can do that, where many other fighters cannot.
Raweenoi on the left of your screen, now closest to you. And as you mentioned, Mike, we've seen the Thai versus Thai fighters start slow. Round 1 and 2 are feeling out. And I don't think it's because they don't want to fight or can't fight those first 2 rounds. It's a very strategic move. But these fighters are certainly in shape to go many more rounds than 5 at this pace, I think.
Oh, yes. This is the only version of kickboxing where the rounds are 3 minutes long. These Thai fighters do not get tired. They are some of the best conditioned athletes in the world. It just is their style of fighting.
A big spinning back kick attempted by Ballantine missed.
The Thai tradition style of fighting dictates that the first round and part of the second are traditionally slow rounds. Ballantine with leg kicks.
Raweenoi likes to clinch. He feels it's one of his strengths. He pulls the opponent's head down and brings up the knee for those strikes.
Ballantine being warned about an illegal sweep. Swept inside to out on the opponent's leg while he was holding the other, being admonished by the referee not to do that.
Raweenoi has so much power in those kicks. I've seen him in his training camp. Whenever he kicks in practice against the pads, the person holding the pads just is knocked backwards with the force.
It's a bad place for Ballantine to be. Giving up 3 inches on the opponent. You don't want to be that close inside.
We are through 2 rounds of this scheduled 5-round bout. We'll be back with more on ESPN2 from Bangkok, Thailand. Round 3 just about set to begin. Gilbert Ballantine knows that Raweenoi has not fought his best round yet.
Round 3 is where it picks up for the Muay Thai fighters.
From Thailand.
From Thailand. And that stare of Raweenoi tells it all. Powerful roundhouse kick by Raweenoi. Ballantine being that much shorter, if he gets inside and allows himself to be clinched, he may suffer knee strikes all over, not just to the lower ribs, as in most of the Muay Thai fights, but he's so much shorter, he may catch a lot of those knees in the head.
I've seen Raweenoi go up that high already with those knees.
Oh, strong right hand by Ballantine. Raweenoi comes right back with those knee strikes.
And if you don't think Ballantine is feeling those, look at him grab that leg, and so he's forcing Raweenoi to go to a different tack.
In contrast to the total impassiveness we see on the face of the Muay Thai fighters, you can see it on Ballantine's face that he is hurt. Ballantine a little hesitant now. Not quite as cocky as earlier in the fight.
Kind of interesting, he would throw a spinning back fist there. That seems, sometimes it's used as a measure of desperation for a kickboxer.
I think he was trying to give Raweenoi the message that if you keep clinching with me, you're going to get hit with one of these.
He's got to do anything to stop Raweenoi from clinching him. He wants to have a prayer. European fighters come into Lumpini Stadium knowing they need a knockout to win. It's too many odds to overcome to try to outpoint the Thai opponent.
And the judges here are very clean. It's just that the Thai fighters, the Muay Thai fighters from Thailand, are so practiced at building up points on any type of opponent. They know just what the judges look for, and it's very difficult to get a decision here if you're from the outside.
Raweenoi, on the other hand, knows that if he loses, his country loses. If he drops the fight to a non-Thai fighter, it's a nationalistic issue. Less than 30 to go. That is the end of round 3. Ballantine has not solved the puzzle of Raweenoi. I don't think. He may have tried to surprise him in the first couple of rounds, Mike, but Raweenoi so far has been up to the challenge.
That's correct, and Ballantine looks a little winded in his corner. I think that Tom Harink and Jan Plas at this stage are going to tell him that he has to keep from being clinched. He's being knee struck almost everywhere on his body, down his sides, to the sides of the head. If he is inside, he's got to be punching.
Back with more in just a moment.
Big round for Ballantine. May cause some wagers, some odds, some favorites to change. Ballantine, the better hand fighter of the two. Big right hand over the top. Excellent score. Raweenoi coming back with knee strikes, but Ballantine has it all over him with his boxing techniques in that round. Ballantine effectively counters the midsection roundhouse kick with that sweep. Got him a lot of points on the scorecards in that round.
This is round 4 of the schedule for 5 Muay Thai fight ISKA light welterweight championship bout. Lon McCarron along with Mike Sawyer from Bangkok, Thailand.
I'll tell you, we've got a good one here, Lon. This round, both fighters have come out, went straight at each other. Raweenoi looks like he's going to try to put him away this round with knees. Ballantine has got to be punching when they're inside like that.
He cannot go knee strike for knee strike against Raweenoi. He doesn't have that weapon to do it. And he's also, I think he's just too short when he gets in a clinch, Mike.
He is, and I think it's wise that he's not even trying anymore. He was just burning energy for nothing before. He's either got to be on the outside, leg kicking and body kicking, or inside punching. again is following his game plan. Inside, clinch, knee, maybe elbow strike.
Ballantine needs the combinations. You saw him score just a moment ago.
This is a bad round for Ballantine, Lon. He just took 2 punches and a sweep for Raweenoi, and you can see on his face he's losing confidence.
And he's not kicking near as much as he was early.
Ballantini's still trying to punch, but they don't have the sting on him. He's not even slowing Raweenoi down.
Ballantine showing some fatigue as well. We'll be back with the finish of this 5-round bout when we come back from Bangkok, Thailand. There is Gilbert Ballantine as he gets set to go into the 5th and final round. Mike, do you think he's spent himself?
I think Ballantine has got enough left to go all out this last round. He's just got to have a different game plan. I think that Tom Haring is going to tell him to forget everything except punching and elbow strikes inside. That's what he's got to do.
Raweenoi, on the other hand, pretty much just needs to keep doing what he's been doing. He's been very successful in the knee strikes against Ballantine.
Ballantine gives up too much in height to do much except get inside and punch an elbow strike. Every time he does, Raweenoi clinches him, scores with his own knee strikes, and that's been the story of this fight.
Quite ironic for Ballantine, such a large target to lash out at, but so little area to really hit.
Raweenoi has just played Ballantine perfectly in this fight. Really used his size to his advantage. And the knee strikes keep coming.
I just don't think Ballantine can get away. Raweenoi loves to clinch, and he is a terrific practicer of this method of Thai fighting.
He's doing a good job of it, and I really have to credit Raweenoi because it's not like that Ballantine is an easy opponent. Ballantine has been in this stadium before, has won here before.
Big spinning back fist caught Raweenoi.
This is for the WMTC and the ISKA World Light Welterweight title. The ISKA wants to thank Philip Wong and Songchai Ratanasubal, promoters, for arranging the co-sanction, and the WMTC for the permission to be here. Oh, Ballantine's best punch of the fight.
Raweenoi says, no, it didn't hurt. Oh, that had to.
Good elbow strike by Ballantine. With less than 30 seconds to go, if I were Ballantine, I'd be pouring it on. All punches and elbows.
The end of 5 rounds of great entertainment at Lupini Stadium. Gilbert Ballantine goes to his corner, surely not feeling confident. Raweenoi, on the other hand, has to feel very confident. And let's go now to Jimmy Lennon Jr. for the announcement of the win.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 5 rounds of action, the judges score this bout in favor of the winner, the new World Muay Thai Council Junior Welterweight Champion, Raweenoi Petch-U-Domchai.
And Raweenoi getting his title belts. We'll be back with more on ESPN.